from the New England Patriots. They're practicing in Vegas, right? Is that what
They
they're
are,
doing?
man.
Okay, nice little McDaniels reunion. Now that he's coaching the Las Vegas Raiders. Joining us here, a longtime veteran in this league and, of course, of the New England Patriots, Devin McCourty, back here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Devin?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great. I'm going to jump right into it right here. Who gets the Cirque du Soleil tickets? You or Belichick? Who gets that for you guys?
Definitely not me.
So Bill's on it? Bill's on it for you guys? The Blue Man Group? He's all on it for you?
I definitely see him doing that for us.
Don't you
that
think?
Sounds like a good day for tomorrow.
Don't you think? Yeah, you should ask him. Are we seeing the Blue Man Group tonight, Bill? So what we're going to do?
I mean, we're in Vegas. Why not?
Why not? Although everything that happens there stays there, so I appreciate you trying to keep that under wraps. So walk me through what's going on in your world and how different things might be in this training camp based on other previous ones in the ever-changing world of the New England Patriots. Devin, anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, man, it's back and forth. It's going back and forth. I mean, obviously, last week practicing against Carolina was different. And I think just being out here in Vegas, we obviously opened week one in Miami, so that heat and the weather. So being out here the last 3 days, we practiced by ourselves on Monday. So being out here and then practicing against this quality team, I think, has been a lot of good work for us. Some back and forth. They're a talented group. So I know just speaking from the defensive side, we got a lot of good work. Seeing against guys like Devontae Adams, guys we don't see all the time, and Renthrope and those different guys. I think we got some really good looks out here.
So, yeah, and Waller as well. I'm sure he presents a challenge in a practice, in a scrimmage, that's for sure.
Yeah, he hasn't been out here this week, so we haven't gotten to see him.
Okay. He's probably, they're ready to unpack him at some point, I imagine. So, okay. So what's going on in the world of the offense on that side of the ball, Devin? There's so much concern about the way the offense is being run and who's coordinating and who's calling the plays. What insight can you give us on how the offense looks right now for New England, Devin?
It's a work in progress, man. I think a lot of those guys have been talking about that and speaking about it, and I think that's what it is, man. I know for me, it's my 13th year. I've never worried about the offense. I've always felt like my concern needs to be what I do, and for this team, that's playing defense and being a leader on the defensive side. And I think everything comes along when it comes along. I've been in camps before where offensively it felt like we were behind, and then the season hits, and you can see the game plan and everything get rolling. So I know there's a lot of questions from the outside. I think, but, inside us as a team, guys have just been kind of trucking along, figuring things out. And, there's some real good moments out here on the practice field. And it's fun in these joint practices, getting a chance to just cheer the offense on, having fun. And, I think we got to do a little bit of that the last 2 days.
Weird seeing Patricia huddle up with the offense to you? Is it weird seeing him doing that?
I would say at first, but I think coming off of last year, he did so many different things. He helped out with the offense. He helped out with the defense. So he was just all over the place, and I think now he's still, figuring out and doing multiple roles for the team. And right now, there's been more offense, and I think it's been good for us.
So he's doing more than just calling the plays, is what you're saying?
Rich, I'll tell you the truth. I have no idea what they do on offense.
I love it. Okay. I appreciate that honesty right there. Devin McCourty here on the Rich Eisen Show. He just mentioned year 13 for this terrific professional football player, and we're back here on the Rich Eisen Show terrestrial radio outfit talking with Devin McCourty, calling in from Las Vegas, Nevada, where the Patriots are going through a scrimmage right now. How is different? I know you just mentioned how you don't really know what's going on the offensive side of the ball because you're focused on your side. Do you notice a difference though in Mac Jones at all? The way he carries himself, the way that he's walking around the team, the way that he huddles up, anything like that? Do you notice a difference?
Oh, no doubt about it. I think he's just been way more of himself this year. I think, when you come into anything and you're a rookie, I think everything's on, how do I learn? I need to learn to do this. I need to learn everything possible. And I feel like this year he's kind of let some of that go. He's obviously still learning, but he's being himself. He's leading. He's doing the things that I think he did at Alabama, that he did in high school. And that's the things I've been encouraging him. Don't try to be a type of leader that you think you should be. Just be yourself, man. It's been a lot of fun, obviously, as an older guy, to watch him grow in just a year and do different things. It's helped us out a lot offensively, and I would say overall, even as a team.
Yeah, he just seems to be more in command, or at least more comfortable, obviously being a rookie in the league. it couldn't be helpful as well as he's trying to find his way in his place that Brady returned, right? I mean, that had to be something different for him to deal with. And then, the way that the season did end, as despite the terrific stretch in the middle, it was a learning curve. And I'm just wondering if you think he comes in more confident this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the hardest places to be at. You're playing for a franchise that's won, multiple Super Bowls. You come behind Tom Brady. It's just, I think everything was stacked up there. And I think last year he came in and did a great job of just going to work. He spent so much time in the facility working with different guys, figuring things out. And I think that was a good foundation for him. And I think this year it's like, all right, I've done that. Now let me try to advance and move to the next level and ignore all the other things and just try to be the best version of myself. And I think the group that we have, player-wise on offense, encouraging them, upbeat guys, they love to have fun. I think that's made it a lot easier for him to come out and just kind of sling it and have fun and play football.
And then the defensive side of the ball, the do-your-job aspect of that, how is it coming together? Obviously, J.C. Jackson's not with the team anymore. Your 2 cents on how things are looking on that side of the ball that clearly you're part of, Devin.
Yeah, I think we've had some really good moments. I think we have a lot of good players up front. I think that's probably the strength right now. When I look at guys like Barmar and Judon and Gottschall and Bentley, those guys have been so aggressive. We saw it here over the last 2 days, getting after the passer and making plays. And I think in the secondary, we have a lot of familiarity right now, with guys doing multiple things like Jonathan Jones and Miles Bryant, and then our safety group returning the 3 guys that played a lot last year, myself, AP, and Doug. We've just been putting it together, and I think we've kind of challenged ourselves to kind of take it up a notch each time we step on the field. And I think that's been the battle. And, obviously, like I said, we've had some really good moments, and we'll figure things out as we get into game planning and doing more things like that as the season comes. But I'm excited with some of the things we can do as a defense and grow from there. But I think having some of the older guys, the guys that have played in this defense for a while, will help us, especially early in the season.
We had the former head of NFL refs, Mike Pereira, who now works as a rules analyst on Fox, talking to us the other day, Devin McCourty, about the league's emphasis on the illegal contact rule and how there were so few penalties in that regard last year. The competition committee has instructed the officials to put more of an emphasis on it to see those numbers go up. Have you noticed that? And if so, what has Belichick already counseled you guys, knowing that is coming?
Well, we always talk about do business as business being done. So you got to kind of gauge how to call it. But I hate it. Why do we need more illegal contact? It's we can barely touch the receivers and stuff already. So to think that they're gonna, that they're going out there and calling more. We met with the refs and they told us the same thing of how they're going to be trying to see that more and call it more. So another challenge for defensive players, and particularly in the secondary, of how we can get the offense to score more points.
So when the officials came to camp and told you that, did you push back? I mean, you're a 13-year vet.
I didn't. I've learned. I've had, again, now 13 times where we met with officials, and it's usually a back and forth. And each Sunday, I would say, it's a little different. And you got to figure it out through that first quarter. How's the game being called? Not just for you, paying attention a little bit when our offense is on the field. How are they calling it? What calls are they calling? Is DPI going to be called close, holding, legal contact, like all that stuff you watch, and then you kind of go as the game's being called. And I would say the good referees in this league, they call it consistent. However it goes, they kind of call it like that, and I think you got to gauge off that and play from there.
I mean, you're a safety. You got guys much bigger than you sometimes coming at you off the line. I mean, and
sometimes you got to grab and tug a little bit. You got to get good at it. That's what I'll say. That's what Darrelle Reeves has taught me. It's like it's not that you don't hold. You got to get good at holding.
What a line! It's not that you don't hold. You got to get good at holding. That's what he said to you, huh? Wow.
That's what it's about. You gotta learn the tricks of the trade.
Devin McCourty here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, Devin, I don't want to start anything, but I'll do it. I know. How about that as a wind-up for my pitch here?
Oh, man.
No. Your brother is now part of the paparazzi, part of my world at the NFL Network now on Good Morning Football. And I noticed he tapped out of your Twitter account and created his own. You cool with that, Devin?
Yeah, I told him. Rich, I would finish practice, and I would go check Twitter. and there would be like 20 mentions about his show. And I'm just like, I haven't watched any of Good Morning Football. I don't know what he said.
Yep.
And people are blowing us up about some take he had on this team's not going to be a contender. I was like, bro, you got to get your own Twitter. Like, I can't deal with this every day. And I'm still getting tweets about what he says, and I just try to direct the people to his own personal account, because I'm sure he's saying a lot of nonsense on there every morning.
Let's say. Yeah, so, again, I don't want to start anything, but you kind of opened the door there. So you're saying Jason's bad takes are clogging up your Twitter timeline.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, Devin? His bad takes are clogging up your Twitter timeline, your mentions? You don't need that?
No doubt about it. But I did tell him, man, be aggressive with your take, and whatever you feel, say it. Don't try to play the fence.
Okay. And let's just say on your bye week, Jason wants a week off. Will you sneak in there and purport to be him and try and trick everybody and spend a week and get off your chest what Belichick won't let you get off your chest and let your brother own it? Can you do that, Devin? What do you think?
I'm all for that, Rich, but we got to kind of keep that low. I can't get fired, at the bye week. That won't go well for me.
You're just
My wife will be angry if I'm stuck at home.
Understood. I got it. I guess I should have asked you that offline instead of putting that out in front of the people just like that. But your brother's doing a great job, though. He sure is. He's a natural at it.
Appreciate that.
He's a natural at it.
I'll tell him.
He is. No, I told him too when he came on, and we'll have him on again. And I just think it's not an easy gig. That show is freewheeling. There's not a lot of prompter. You got to say stuff off the top of your head. You got to react, and I think he's doing a really great job so far. Really do.
Yeah, he likes to talk.
Okay, very good. All right, and last one for you, Devin. We've noticed in our review of Bill Belichick's press conferences that he's been smiling a little bit more and throwing out compliments more than usual. Has he mellowed, do you think, Bill?
He's a happy guy, man. I don't know. I think you could probably get that out of him. I don't know how many people can, but Rich, I think you would be able to figure out what's got him so happy.
I don't know. Life? I don't know. Just
maybe, man.
And football.
And grandchildren, man. Grandchildren do that.
That's right, because you can hand them off once you're done with them. Once you're done with them, you give them back to the parent. Grandparents, that's the best part about it. Oh, man. Devin, thanks for the time. Greatly appreciate the time calling in from Vegas. And let's chat during the season. Always appreciate our conversations.
Man.
Okay.
Good talking to you, Rich.
Take care. That's Devin McCourty right here on The Rich Eisen Show.